We had gotten home. I heard there was a fire way up on Mark West Springs. Didn't think anything of it. Noticed it was a little smoky outside. Figured, smoke from fire. No big deal. About 10 o'clock at night, I go out back to take care of some things, and it's thick. It's smoky thick like fog laying in your neighborhood. I'm like, this is really weird, and the wind's starting to pick up really good. And it's about 2:45, 2:50, almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and my phone rings. The fire has just jumped 101. Kmart is on fire. It's traveling 250 feet a second, and it's headed right towards you. Get the hell out of there. It's now glowing red, flames off in the distance, and people are like ants on the street. Out of nowhere, everybody's there. And police are driving through with their microphones on their cars saying, get out now. Don't take anything. Get in your cars and get out now. So I told my son, I said, you need to get up. He's like, what? I said, you need to wake up. We got to go. We got to go now. Don't ask questions. Just get up and get dressed. He says, okay, Dad. We got the 2 cats, got them in the car, got my son. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? And I thought about my dad's pistol. I'm like, I don't want to be with a pistol loaded gun with all this craziness going on. I never once didn't think I was going home. So I set that back in there. Now in that safe, all the videotapes of my son growing up, including the one up in his mom's stomach where her belly's doing this, all his baseball games, everything. Said, I'll be right back. And I got to the door to go through and he screams and houses are now exploding. Houses are exploding. Boom. It was really weird. They didn't light on fire like normal. All right. The wind was so strong and it was so hot as flames came to the house. Once they get spontaneous combustion, boom, houses were exploding. So as we were headed out, a friend called and said, where are you? I told them. They said, well, get here. And they lived on College. They lived right around the corner from here. And so we went there and helped them get ready. And so it's about 4:15, 4:30 at that point. And there was a kid rode up on a bicycle. And I handed him $10, said, I'm borrowing your bike. And I took his bike. My son was safe. They had their motor home hooked up and their trailer hooked up, ready to go. I said, Danny's laying on the couch, keep an eye on him. I got to go home. They're like, what is it? I got to go home. Now, all the roads are blocked, but there's bicycle trails. So I rode the bicycle trails and snuck. And then basically hid as, car to car hiding to get back to the house because there was patrol cars going through and I didn't want them to stop me. And at that point, boom, there goes a house on fire. And I'm still headed home. And at that point, you could see what's burning, what's not burning. This whole area didn't burn. The wind had changed direction, but houses are still exploding. And I get to my area and there's 70 foot of flames in my house on fire. Once I saw the flames and stuff, there's no need to go closer. House is burning. There's nothing I can do. So it's time to get back to my son. If my house hadn't have been on fire, I'd have went in it. What would have happened? If I was in it, carrying that box of pictures out, spontaneous combustion. I'd have just orphaned my little boy for a box of fucking pictures. It really, that woke me up. This whole time, you just kind of want to melt, curl up in the corner. I have a business to run. Everything I own burned. And I didn't get out of my house about 3:10. And at 5:15, the neighborhood was gone. And I mean gone. We're not talking things still burning. We're talking nothing. 2 hours? 500, 600 homes gone in 2 hours? I kept telling my son that, we can't cry. We have to pick ourselves up. We have to brush ourselves off. We have to move forward in a positive manner. I liked listening to what Michael was saying in the group meetings. I really like the group meetings. I don't like the Zoom meetings. I like it where we can stand up, see eye to eye, talk. They've been very good to us. I mean, I'm on this weird Facebook page. Somebody put me on it and I hear all these lies and I call Cindy immediately. They're on it. 98% of the time they're on it. I understand when a phone call doesn't come through that night, day or two later it comes through. I get that. I also understand how many people are involved in this, and it's getting worse. More and more fires, more and more people, more and more cases, more and more stuff. I get that. This whole thing's messed his head up bad. We were New Year's Day 2018. I traded my Cadillac in because it still smokes, pinky car. So I traded it in and I bought a new car. And we're coming out of Lower Lake down through Calistoga switchbacks in the mountains, right? And I'm playing. I'm in a new Subaru Legacy. I'm seeing how it corners and I'm playing. And thank God there was no one behind us. We came around the corner and the whole forest is glowing red. He's screaming. I locked the car up and we're like, oh, there's a sunset. You have no idea what will set you off. No idea. We had the house rebuilt. Yeah, so after 2.5 years, we were able to move back home. Now, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done to the yards and everything else, but we're in our neighborhood. We are home. He seems good at this point. He's concentrating. He works at Rayleigh's. Today's the first day of school. So he was online this morning. He's got to cook dinner tonight. Everybody's got to cook dinner one night a week. So tonight's his night to cook dinner. So he's talking about cooking some steaks. But this last 6 months, we're home. We're home now. So it seems to be better.